Good evening, everyone. Good evening, South Atlantic Conference. I am Dr. Donovan Washington, Youth Director of the South Atlantic Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. And it is my joy to join you this evening as we talk all things International Pathfinder Camporee 2024 in Gillette, Wyoming. We are excited. We are thrilled about the prospect, if Jesus does not come back, of going to the International Pathfinder Camporee in Gillette, Wyoming. And it's so hard not to say Oshkosh. It's so hard not to say we're going back to Oshkosh. Oshkosh is over. We are done with Oshkosh, and now we're on our way to Gillette, Wyoming. We had wonderful times in Oshkosh, but we are looking forward to 2024 in the Pathfinder Camporee in Wyoming. I am not here by myself tonight. I want to introduce a few people to you. First, we want to introduce to you Elder William Cameron of Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Elder Cameron serves as the Pathfinder coordinator for the South Atlantic Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, and he just happens to be my uncle as well, my beloved uncle. Elder Cameron, could you take some time just to say hello to the people and give them greetings on this evening?
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Glad that you all could join us this evening to get some information about a wonderful opportunity that's coming up in 2024, our International Camporee in Gillette, Wyoming. We hope that you all are making plans, and we're going to give you additional information that we hope that will be suitable for you as you prepare for this International Camporee.
All right. That's awesome. We're happy to have Elder Cameron with us. We have another special guest with us tonight, a good friend of the work of youth ministry here in South Atlantic Conference, the esteemed Dr. Lawrence Elliott from Pageland, South Carolina. Dr. Elliott, it's an honor to have you on. Take some time to greet the people and give them a few words of welcome.
Well, hello, everybody. It's been a wonderful time getting ready for Gillette. Still have some work to do, but I'm excited about the prospect of going.
I'm excited too, and we're happy to have Dr. Elliott here. South Carolina is representing kind of strong tonight, real strong, and so we're happy to have them both here on tonight. Serving the South Atlantic Conference as youth director is the joy of my life. These past 5 years have been an amazing experience. One of the highlights of the past 5 years is when we went to the International Pathfinder Camporee in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. What a time that was. South Atlantic Conference represented with over 1,000 Pathfinders at this event. And we represented strong. It was a strong event. It was a well-organized event. We are having this meeting tonight to make sure that we don't fall back. We can't go back to doing terrible. We have to keep that level up and go to the next level when we go to Gillette, Wyoming. Before we begin our program tonight, I would like to share with you all a few pictures from the International Pathfinder Camporee in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, just to reminisce and show you, if you did not know, what an amazing time we had while we were there. Gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong. I think over 70,000 Pathfinders were at this event. You all remember this scene?
Most definitely.
One of the most brilliant and amazing things I've seen in my life. Before it's over, I believe every young person should go to an International Pathfinder Camporee. These are some of our young people from the Decatur Survivors Pathfinder Club. And they just had an exciting time there. They loved being there. They enjoyed trading pins. It was a wonderful experience for them. Let me go back one. This is our team, part of our team, and that's our South Atlantic Conference Lion. Right now, it's in storage, waiting to roar again at our next conference, union, and international camporees. But this was one of the big sights at the Camporee. So many people came by and took pictures of our mascot, took pictures of our lion, and we thank all the men and women who helped us put it up and maintain it. I think South Atlantic represented well, and it was a wonderful, wonderful sight. In addition to that, this is your youth director. I did not sleep in a hotel. I slept in a tent every night, night after night. Was in a tent, and I paid my dues. People say, "Oh, you just faked that." Oh, Mr. Youth Director, it was Photoshop. No, I have witnesses, and I was in a tent. And if God willing, next time we go to the Pathfinder Camporee, I will be in a tent again. That's our director of the International Pathfinder Camporee. In addition, he is the Lake Union Youth Director. That's Ron Whitehead. And he's there taking a picture with my family. We appreciate the work he does in organizing this great event. And there's one of the signs that we had in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, my family posing in front of it, welcoming the Pathfinders to Chosen. And what a theme that was. The kids still sing that theme song, Chosen, I am chosen. And they enjoyed that a lot. There's our former youth director, Patrick Carter, the history-making youth director of the South Central Conference, Kimberly Mann, the first lady to hold that position in the South Central Conference, and myself wearing the hat that our coordinator, William Cameron, bought for me so we could look dapper in the Pathfinder parade. And last but not least, there we are, over 1,000 strong,
Yes.
taking a picture together at the Pathfinder Camporee. Got up early one morning, and we all got together, Black, white, Hispanic, South Atlantic strong, representing at the International Pathfinder Camporee. What a time it was. What an amazing experience. What joy we had. So many memories. My children today still talk about going back the next time because I believe it's a God-ordained event. Give me your feelings about when we were in Wisconsin, Elder Cameron.
It was amazing. A lot of work, a lot of communication, met a lot of great people. South, as you stated, South Carolina was well represented. We had a good time, no accidents, no incidents. If they were so minor that we didn't hear about them. All right. And we got some good cooks in South Atlantic Conference.
Mercy.
I did not have to beg for food. The food was there. All right. And I enjoy going from campsite to campsite, talking, engaging, and eating the good food.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Dr. Elliott, tell us your experiences in Oshkosh.
Well, because we had one of the best cooks at our campsite. It was absolutely wonderful. We had plenty of good food. We had, I can't even begin to tell you what a good time we had. We traveled around the Oshkosh area, checking out the different activities in the community as well as what was on the campus. It was phenomenal. And I'm an avid pen trader, and actually got my whole club into it because that's what I did. And so I now got 2 or 3 bags of pens.
Oh yeah.
And I'm anxious to go. I can't wait to go to another one.
Yeah, South Atlantic had a popular pen, and Beta had a popular pen. Mm-hmm. And people, let's be clear about something. Adventists aren't poor. There are people came there offering large amounts of money. Different pens, young kids. And it's just amazing how God protects us and kept us. It seems like a different world when you look at those pictures. No masks. People touching each other and being around each other. And it's going to be very curious to see where the world is when we get to 2024. But by God's grace, this can still be a successful event. For those who are just joining us, we are talking about the International Pathfinder Camporee. We are getting ready for it in 2024 in Gillette, Wyoming. We just reminisced a little bit about Oshkosh, but Oshkosh is no more. We are now on our way to Gillette, and we're excited about what we're going to see. Now, not long ago, I commissioned a trip from my office where we sent 5 individuals to Gillette, Wyoming, to be our Calebs. They were going to go scout the land to see if there were giants there and to bring back some large fruit. And we sent them there for a few days to meet with everybody. And I want them, before we go heavy into it, and I'm going to begin with you, Dr. Elliott, give me your first impressions of the grounds. When you arrive there and the environment, the grounds, just give me your first impressions and your opinion on where we're going to be in 2024.
Sure. When we first got there, I liked the way everything looked. It was very organized. It was laid out very nicely. All of the buildings were well, one thing I really liked was that all the buildings were air conditioned. And you could see for miles around. One thing they don't have in Gillette was a lot of trees, because it's high desert. And so you can just see for miles. And you can see almost the entire campsite from any one point. And I like that. All of the campsites, some of them have water and electricity. Not all of them do, but some of them do. And hopefully we'll be at one where South Atlantic will have water and power. That would be a great thing. But I was impressed with the entire area, the small town of Gillette, which I thought it was a larger city until we got there, and I realized it was a very small town. But the unique thing about Gillette versus other small towns is that Gillette has money. And they spend money on their community. So the things that they have in their community are second to none. You don't see that every place. You don't see that in some large cities. But some of the things that they have there are just outstanding. The grounds was large, larger than Oshkosh. I wouldn't say twice as large, but I think Oshkosh was 700 acres, and the grounds at Gillette I think are 1,100 acres. So it's considerably larger. And some of the convention center, it was a convention center style place. And the buildings and the meeting rooms are awesome. I think we won't be able to appreciate how unique Gillette is until we've actually been there. Because instead of being a hangar where they just transform into classrooms or meeting places, it's a convention center that is set up for that purpose. Outstanding. Awesome. I was impressed every step of the way. There was nothing. I was looking for things that I could say that was wrong with Gillette, but I honestly could not find it.
Wow.
Well, I could say this.
Okay.
It was further away.
Oh yeah.
And more costly to get there. But once you get there, it is going to be worth it.
Okay. Excellent. Wow. Look at the passion. Look at the excitement. Look at the excitement. Elder Cameron, what were you got off the plane, you got there. I'm assuming your first time in Wyoming.
Most definitely.
What is your first impressions of Gillette, Wyoming?
My first impression was the airport. They got a very small airport, but they're working on that though. They know we are coming. Just like Dr. Elliott was stating, their population, Gillette, Wyoming population is something like 33,000 people. All right. But we're expecting 65,000 people plus. All right. So they have begun all the selections as far as where the events are going to take place. And if you all remember Oshkosh, walking the streets, the go-karts and stuff like that, you kept bumping into people, excuse me. You all, space. Nothing but space. Did I say space? I'm using all capital letters, SPACE, space, all right? And then Dr. Elliott talked about the buildings, okay? Air conditioned, a theater for you all where you can watch movies, talent show and stuff like that. You all remember how big the hangars were, all right? Where you had your trading pins and Advent Source was set up and stuff like that. They got a building where you can put all three of those hangars in there. And did I mention air conditioned? All right. So, I mean, this is not, and then how everything is set up, the grounds and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about mud pits and stuff like that. When I first heard about Gillette, I was like, oh my goodness, why are they doing this to us? But now that I've seen Gillette, I was like, oh yeah, it's your birthday. They hit this jackpot. This is our baby, all right? But the distance is somewhat, but it is well worth the trip, all right? I think that you all are in store for something good. Imagine, let me see. I'm not trying to belittle Oshkosh. Oshkosh will be like the state fair, all right? And Gillette, Wyoming would be something like Disney World.
Wow.
All right. When we talk about the space, the amenities on campus, off campus, they even got a technical school. It looked like a university, right? That is fully operational and ready for us. They got a building. It looks something like a YMCA, but it makes a YMCA look just like a little house on the prairie gym. Oh, it is awesome. From Olympic-sized swimming pool, indoor track where other colleges and universities come use this, the weight room, the facilities. The best way to explain all this is awesome. All right. We're in for an experience. If you thought Oshkosh was something, you wait till you go to Gillette. All right. You can be telling me, Dr. Washington and Dr. Elliott, y'all were right. I know we were right.
Don't forget that rock wall. They had a 40-foot rock
wall.
Yes.
Yes.
And they had a water park.
Yes.
In that one building. It was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Exactly. A town with just 33,000 people. You wonder how in the world do they? It's a well-kept secret. Wow. It is a well-kept secret.
I wonder why.
I don't know, but hey, but they have humongous events there, like some type of RV event. Remember him talking about that, Dr. Elliott, where they have hundreds of thousands of people that come. All right, but when we come there, there will be nothing else going on. All right, everything will be catered towards us. They even talked about having a component of Walmart on the grounds for us. But I don't know. But like I say, everything is in the makings. All right. So stay tuned for more to come. I know I sent out an email in reference to how you can subscribe to the newsletters. Hey, you all need to do that. All right. So you all can be better equipped on what is happening, because this is something super. Because I mean, when we were in Oshkosh, that Walmart up there, their revenue was the highest of any Walmart in the world. All right. But you wait till we go to Gillette, all right? And if they're able to put a Walmart on the grounds for us, that's going to be totally awesome, you all. We're in for a momentous occasion coming.
Wow. That is awesome. Well, we welcome everyone to our discussion tonight. For those who are just joining us, we are talking all things International Pathfinder Camporee 2024 in Gillette, Wyoming. We also like to welcome the esteemed Elder Wayman Hackney to our presentation. Elder Hackney, thank you for being a part of this, man.
Thank you for the privilege, sir.
Yes. And we've heard brilliant commentary on what we're going to experience in Wyoming. A lot of us are a little nervous about leaving Oshkosh. Oshkosh was just a great experience, and we're a little nervous. our spies can confirm the fruit is ripe. The milk and honey is flowing, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience in Gillette, Wyoming. And we hope that you will take part of that. Now, we have something exciting for you. Our scouts, when they went out, took pictures of the grounds. I'm going to put some pictures on the screen. Brother Hackney, Dr. Elliott, Elder Cameron, you can comment on each picture that we show just to give perspective of what we are looking at. Also, if you're joining us in the comments, if you'd like to put any questions, if you're a Pathfinder director and you'd like to put any questions or have anything for us, put them in the comments and we read them live on screen. Arlene Morgan, thank you for joining us. Richard Jackson, thank you for joining us. Others are joining us live online on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's share some pictures at this time, and we'll let everyone comment on those pictures. And Brother Hackney, you're going to have to mute what you have on in the background. All right. These pictures were sent to me. Anybody, what are we looking at here?
This picture right here is a parking lot, all right? But what they were saying, oh, the parking is amazing, all right? They got so much parking, all right? And then what makes this thing so great is that, you know, like in Oshkosh, they was talking about they only had 2 gates where individuals, when it's time to come in that Monday. In Oshkosh, we only had 2 gates. How many gates did they say that we were going to have whenever the gates open up? Was it 6?
It's 6 gates, one for each union.
Yeah, one for each union. So there will not be no, clogged up lines or anything like that. And this is just more open space, as you can see. As you can see, it just goes on and on and on, the amount of space that they have there. And this is space that's going to be used for tents. And like I said, a big part of it already has hookups for water, electricity. They even have an area for RVs. This picture right here is a theater. It has the balcony. I think you can say it can seat something like 1,000 people. All right. And it's air conditioned. They have all kind of buildings that we would have access to. I don't want to hog up everything. So if Hackney or Dr. Elliott has anything that they want to say.
Well, when we got into this building, I remember saying, this is absolutely very nice. But they have a place set up for people who are unable to get to the evening programs, the big extravaganzas outside, but they were not able to do outside. They will live stream that evening program into this auditorium every evening for people that can't get to the main show. And that's something that Oshkosh didn't offer. It was awesome.
Right. This is another one of the buildings that we have access to, and they have not decided how they're going to. They have a lot of buildings. It's almost like when you walk onto these grounds, it's almost like walking onto the grounds of a college or a university. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's why they wanted a lot of our input as far as, hey, what should we do with this building? How should we use this building? This is the exiting the theater. These are very nice state-of-the-art buildings. All right. And did I say all of them are air conditioned? This picture right here, it's just the grounds. As you see, as far as you can see, it's just open land. All right. It's not hilly or anything like that. But this is where everything is going to be, not way off from everything, but it's going to be right there. So you're going to get a lot of exercise that day, too, because they have so much grounds that where you don't have to be, separated because of a stream or a little swamp area or anything like that.
All right. We got a good view. That's a little sneak peek. Sister Lawson is joining us tonight. She says Dr. Elliott mentioned that the community invests in their infrastructure in impressive ways. I wonder if you mind expanding on that, being more specific. Also, if the population is less than half of the anticipated attendance, Do we need to be concerned about tangential attendees, i.e. parents and Pathfinder supporters who want to stay in hotels? Dr. Elliott, that's directed directly to you. Could you elaborate and answer that? And thank you, Sister Lawson, for joining us. Dr. Elliott, that's directed directly to you. Could you elaborate and answer that? And thank you, Sister Lawson, for joining us.
Yeah, actually, my phone jumped out for a second, so I didn't hear the question. What did you want me to elaborate on? The infrastructure, was that it?
I want you to elaborate on the community investing in infrastructure. Could you expand on what you meant by that? Elaborate on the community investing in infrastructure. Could you expand on what you meant by that?
Sure. What I saw was, and I think Elder Cameron touched on it, everything was an upgrade. The campus there, it looked like a university campus on steroids. It was just so much. It was a lot of space. All of the buildings were modern buildings with nice bathroom facilities, carpeted, except for there were a couple of outside buildings, but they had what's called the swamp coolers. Even those buildings will be cool in the summer. The population of Gillette and the city council met with us as well, and they are setting aside all of their resources to make sure that we have a wonderful time and that entire program is a success. I think they see the benefit of having twice as many people visit Gillette as live there. The athletic studio that we were talking about earlier, I've never seen anything quite like that. It's one building that has a water park, tennis courts, racquetball courts, weight rooms, jogging courts, tennis courts, everything in the building. And they're not small, they're Olympic size everything. And a rock wall that they actually teach people how to climb rock walls, and you can take a class, these kind of things. And we went over to the community college, which looked like a university. And the things that they had in that building, I think it was just phenomenal. It reminded me of a university level facility. It did not seem like a community college. I've seen many nice community colleges, but nothing like this. The sports arena at the community college looked like it would have been for some major league to perform there, or to be there. Wow. It was an exceptional place. In talking to several of the people that were part of the what do you call it now? The city council for Gillette, because they had representation there the whole time we were there. In fact, they rode on the bus with us when we went on tour. And they commented several times about what they would be doing to make sure that this event was successful. They are going all out to make sure that we know that Gillette is the place to be. And they're setting aside, their whole community is opening their arms and doing everything. I know that there are several restaurants that are changing their menus so that we can eat in their restaurants. And they'll provide vegetarian menus and vegan menus. And one of the restaurants even came there with a sample of what they had, and they had a nice meal there for. They had Impossible Burgers or Beyond Burgers, and all the fixings to go with it. And it was very, very nice. And this was a steakhouse that did that. So I mean, people they're going all out to make sure that this is a success. And I think if we miss this Camporee, we will have missed a lot.
Now let's answer the second part of her question. If our population is going to be just as big, if not bigger, than the population of Gillette, do they have enough space to accommodate us? Brother Hackney, Elder Cameron, can y'all comment on that? Will they have enough space to accommodate us?
They have more than enough space. They even talked about getting their law enforcement involved. Ron Whitehead talked about, his security that they're putting in place. But the main thing is we need to make sure that our young people are where they need to be, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because, like I said, we are a little over 2 years out from this event. All right, so there's a lot of preparation that's going on. So they already know that the number of people that are coming in exceeds the number of people in that town. They're used to a large group of individuals. They have large events there, all right, in other capacities that requires that is over the amount of people of the population of their town. So this is nothing that the size, the group of people that's coming in, that doesn't phase them. The things that they want to make sure is that we got a lot of vegetarians coming in. All right. So we need to make sure that we can accommodate them. Walmart even mentioned, well, maybe we need to put a Walmart on the grounds so that individuals have access to, because the town only has one Walmart. All right.
But what about hotels?
They got hotels there. I sent a list out to everybody of the hotels that are there if they wanted to make accommodations. RVs, transportation, all that information has been sent out ahead of time. I think I sent this information out sometime towards the latter part of October, but I can resend that information if individuals are in need of that information. But they do have hotel space and everything like that. But understand this too. If you need hotel space, you need to go ahead and get it now, because just like when we were in Oshkosh ran out of hotel space, so you had to go to Appleton, Wisconsin. Some individuals had to drive all the way to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, now you have to understand the geographical area of Gillette. It sits right there in the Rocky Mountains. Okay, so don't procrastinate. If you know you're going to need hotel space, you need to start doing your reservations now, because they're only limited, and they have a lot of RVs there. So that area is known for their RVs. All right. So I sent that information out too. So there's no reason why anybody should be left out if they plan ahead. And that's one of the purposes of us coming online tonight, to make sure individuals are planning for this event.
Okay, got another question from the audience. If an individual does not have a Pathfinder club at their local church, how will they be able to take part in the festivities of the International Pathfinder Camporee? Now, I'm going to jump on that. Brother Hackney, if you could jump on that as well so people can hear from you after I make my comments.
Yes, sir.
We can make arrangements for you to get your tickets to come to Camporee, even if you're not part of a club. You will be staying in the great South Atlantic section, okay? All of the clubs will welcome you to join them in activities. Okay, you can have a club adopt you and join them in participating in activities at the Camporee. Brother Hackney, elaborate on that.
Yes, I would encourage people to join a club. For instance, this is just an example. This is strictly an example. If you live in the metro area, you can either join with Berean, West End, Maranatha, or someone. You can join them and enjoy that camping experience. Again, this is probably going to be, this is going to be the best of the best camporee that South Atlanta have had the opportunity to get involved in. Prior to this, I don't know how many of y'all remember when we went to Vail, Colorado for our first international camporee. Then we went to Oshkosh. This is miles and miles above any of those. So I would encourage, if you choose to come as a individual, to join with another club, join with a club, and enjoy that Pathfinder experience. And at night, you can sit there and you can see the whole stars in the heaven. You can
Have mercy.
really appreciate nature.
Thank you, Elder Hackney. Appreciate that. Dr. Elliott prepared a PowerPoint that he sent to me after coming back from scouting Gillette. Let's share that now. And Dr. Elliott and everyone elaborate on the pictures that we are about to show. What do we have here, everybody?
The Pathfinder
Believe the
logo.
promise.
Okay. We could stand for Moses to be a little darker, but hey, we'll work with it. We'll work with it. Let everybody know what we're seeing here.
This is the airport. As you can see the airport from one end to the other. That's how small it is, okay? You can fit this airport inside of a super Walmart, all right? But they understand that it's a small airport, and they're working on a system to make sure that, you know, they can accommodate everybody that's coming in. Because I think they were saying that, like our plane, you get one plane in a day, all right? But they know that with everything that's going to be taking place, it's going to be multiple planes landing inside this small airport. So they are aware of the numbers that are coming and trying to make sure that they are supported in making the accommodations ready for us.
Now, Dr. Elliott, Elder Hackney, make sure you're unmuted. Feel free to comment on any of these pictures. Particularly, these are your pictures, Dr. Elliott. So give us some commentary. What are we seeing here, gentlemen?
There's some pictures I took right at the beginning of the, as we were leaving the airport and going to the grounds.
Pastor Washington had mentioned that, Dr. Elliott had mentioned that.
Issues on my cell phone. All of a sudden the sound has gone, so I use my laptop to try to hear what's going on, but it's on a delay. But there are some pictures that are they're showing different aspects of the city, and I wanted to make sure that people realize that if you look behind the sign, you don't see a whole lot. It's a small community, but they're well put together. The community's financial infrastructure is based on energy. In terms of providing energy, they are the top provider of energy in the country.
40%. 40%.
That's a lot of money that they have in their community to spend on things like this. And I think we're all saying pretty much the same thing about the area. There's a lot of money. This is an overview of the campground itself. And that map doesn't do it justice because there's so much to see. But if you'll see that all of the brown places are buildings, and they're all buildings that are first-class buildings. They're not hangars. They are actually convention-style buildings. They're accustomed to having several conventions going on at the same time. The parking there, they have a tremendous amount of parking. They can accommodate, I think one of the people said how many RVs they could accommodate, but I forgot that number, but it was a lot. You can look at the spaces. And again, you see these buildings, you see the insides of them. These are first-class accommodations, all air-conditioned. I think Brother Cameron is saying several times, it is air-conditioned. And this is considered a high desert, this area of the country. And so we were there in, I guess it was September, but it was comfortable. The days were, it was warm and comfortable, but it wasn't hot. This is just one of the convention rooms, one of the convention centers. And you can see that they can accommodate a lot in that place in terms of registering everybody to get in their place, to get to their campsites. That's going to be expedited. They have portable booths that they're going to set up at the different gates to quickly register everybody in, so that they'll be able to get into their, it expedites the registration process. Anybody else can jump in any time.
These buildings right here, they're known for rodeos too. All right, cattle, horses, and things of that nature. So, as Ron Whitehead was saying, how do y'all want to use these buildings? All right, they got space upon space. All right, that they can use. As you see, this is a coal mining area where, you know, they go way down into the earth, you know, bring up the coal and stuff like that. Natural gas they have there. So this is how they make their money. I mean, 40% of the U.S. energy comes out of Gillette, Wyoming. This is the inside pictures of a theater. You can have a full orchestra there. The stage opens up to where something, if you planned it right, if somebody had a skit to where they wanted, you know, the stage to open up where somebody comes from, you know, from underneath, it can do all that. As you can see here, more open space. They're asking us, each one of the conferences, how should we use this space? How do y'all want to use it? Because they don't want to, you know, like Ron Whitehead, just like he said, they sit up high. They don't have all the answers, all right? So if there are answers to what you all are looking at and how we can use this space, send your information to Pastor Washington so that he can relay this information to Ron Whitehead. These pictures right here, this is your multi-purpose buildings, a state-of-the-art building. I think they say this building cost over $5 million, all right? And it's paid for. This is a phenomenal building. It's bigger and better than any YMCA that I have ever seen. Even though it has a water park, it has an Olympic-sized swimming pool. As you see, the top left picture, there is a slide that's on the outside. This is the college and university. It's closed right now. The city council voted to close it. All right, so they're not even using this this college. All right, but we have access to it. Think about this too. Can you go back to that one picture, Pastor Washington? On this college campus, they have the technology. All right, technology rooms where our Pathfinders, our TLT, who's into technology, if they wanted to build something, create something, we have access to all that technology that they have on that university's campus, okay? Keep going forward, Pastor Washington. Hackner, you want to take it from here? You're muted.
Just go ahead, William.
Okay. This is just another pavilion that they have off campus. No. This one is on campus. All right. This is just another building. Gillette is known for its rock piles. That's a famous rock pile, right? If you could look at some of the old pictures back then, the 1800s, the Western pictures, you would see that rock pile. All right. This is when I guess when cattle was real big. This is the museum that's there now. When cattle was real big, I guess this was in what, the 1800s, where they had them large cattle that's been herded into these Western towns and things of that nature. Gillette, Wyoming was one of them. So they have a history museum right here that we would have access to. Their printing press, all kind of tags that date back to the I think they said to the early 1900s. You see, I call them deer, this picture right here. You see these deer everywhere. They're not pinned in or anything like that. They have access to the grounds and everything like that. Because we were wondering, where are these things coming from? Mount Rushmore is in the area 2 hours away. All right. So if you had access to traveling vehicles, anything like that, there are a lot of things that are within a 4-mile radius that you could take your Pathfinders to. And then it says right here, when I compare Gillette with Oshkosh, Gillette wins hands down. Gillette has more space, more amenities, and more off-site things to do, which it really does. That's why we were so impressed with what we saw, because I'm thinking, only thing I know is Oshkosh, Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? I've been there 4 times, and why we moving? All right. But when you see Gillette, you be like, oh, I see a well-kept secret.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And Dr. Elliott, thank you so much for sharing that with us, sharing that PowerPoint. What stunning pictures. I think the people have been real touched by the pictures. If you're just joining us, we are talking all things International Pathfinder Camporee in Gillette, Wyoming. We are done with Oshkosh. We are on our way to Gillette in 2024. This is an informative session that you can share with your Pathfinder clubs. This will be on Facebook and YouTube for you to replay at any time, So we're asking you to share this with as many people as possible. There have been some people who've been kind enough to join us, so we are going to answer some questions on their behalf. And we're going to get to this question in a minute, Sister Lawson. It says, do you recommend transport by air or charter bus option? Is it still reasonable from within the South Atlantic Conference footprint? We're going to get to that in a minute. That's a loaded question, and we'll get to that in a minute. Dr. Elliott, it says, what are the bathroom and shower facilities like? And will we be doing the Porta-John thing again? Dr. Elliott, can you answer that question? Our facilities like, and will we be doing the Porta-John thing again?
I'm sorry, my responses are slow because I'm running about 30 seconds behind the actual live feed. But the bathroom facilities are actually very, very nice. All of the convention center bathrooms will be open to the public until 5 o'clock every evening, so that you can use their facilities there during the day. Now, in the evening, they won't be open simply because I think they'll be overrun. But whenever their classes and anything that, all of the classes and presentations that are in the convention center will have access to all of the bathroom facilities there. Once the last event is closed for the day and people eat their lunch and then get ready for the evening program, those bathrooms will be closed. But that's a security thing. They're private buildings. But there are plenty of bathrooms, and they're large, and they are actually very nice.
Excellent.
I'm sure they will have a lot of porta-johns there, but during the day you can use an actual bathroom.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Can I add something to that, Pastor Washington?
Sure.
As far as, do you remember how the shower houses were in Oshkosh? We were promised they're going to be much better than that. They're going to be larger. The groundskeeper at Gillette, Wyoming, he had they got a campground or something in Pennsylvania. All right. So he knows what we need, what we are accustomed to. All right. So they're in the process of making sure that the porta-johns are there, the shower houses, because that's a main thing. Because you know that when we were in Oshkosh, we got bogged up. All right. Because of, all the mud and stuff like that, so it got clogged up and everything like that. He assured us that we won't have the problem there, and that shower houses will be much different, state-of-the-art type shower houses, all right? But yes, because of the number of individuals, we will have porta-johns also.
Okay. Now, we're in 4 different locations, guys. We're on Facebook, and we're on YouTube on the South Atlantic pages, South Atlantic Youth Ministries pages, and we're on the Youth Director, Donovan Washington's personal pages as well. You can access this information from any one of those sites. Brother Hackney, I'm going to shift this question to you. Are there any downsides to Gillette? Is there a local Walmart where Pathfinder clubs can shop similar to Oshkosh? This is coming from Pastor Lawrence, who helped set up the South Atlantic site last time. We got to bring you back, brother. He was there helping us set up. We appreciate you, man. Brother Hackney, let's talk about the downsides to Gillette. I heard the wind blows there, and the ground is a little dusty. And where can people shop there? Brother Hackney, talk about that if you don't mind.
Well, now, the only downside is that if you do not join us there, other than that, because of what we need, it will be there, like your fuel for your Coleman lanterns and stove.
that would be there on site. You will have a store that has nothing but fuel. Yes, there is a Walmart there, but we're gonna have everything you need on site. Whereas you will not have to leave the ground unless you just choose to go shopping at the Walmart off site.
All right.
I hope that answered your question.
Excellent. And we thank everyone for joining us. People are pleased with what they're hearing. People are starting to get excited about the site. I'm so glad we didn't send y'all there in vain. People seem to be excited about your report and that you came back and that Caleb has given Joshua a good report on the lands. Okay. Now, as we move forward, everybody, and we're about to hit the home stretch of what we're trying to do, let's talk about some important things moving into Camporee in 2024. And the first thing I want us to talk about is the logistics around travel. This is a lot further than Oshkosh, a lot further. So can we talk a little bit about travel? Elder Cameron, and I want everybody to get an answer for this. What are your recommendations when it comes to travel? Can my church broke down bus make it? Can my broke down 1978 Cutlass Supreme make it? Do we have to fly everybody? How are we going to transport our kitchens? Tell us what it's going to take, in your opinion, to get to Gillette, Wyoming.
Let me tell you this. I live in Greenville, South Carolina. From my house to Gillette, Wyoming is 1,732 miles one way. It takes 24 hours driving straight to get there. All right. So a lot of this will be based on how you travel will depend on your budget. All right. How good you are at raising money. All right. Because this is going to be a heavy financial experience. All right. Because I think 1,732 miles to Gillette, that was round trip. Less than that was round trip to Oshkosh. All right. So you're really going to have to budget. All right. I think because of how they have everything set up there, you may not need to take any food because you can get all your food there. That's why I'm asking you all to register for the Camporee letter, because it's letting you know everything that you need to know. All right. Also, as far as traveling with your supplies and everything, we have already begun looking at companies, which I have a good connection with a trucking company who can transport all our stuff out there in crates. Each club will have crates, and then the pickup sites. So we're in the process of getting all this outlined. All right. I can't tell you what the cost is going to be just yet, because you know that this pandemic that we're in and what prices are right now, I can't tell you if they're going to be higher. I can't tell you if they're going to be lower, but we are taking all measures to make sure that what we offer to you all is something that will accommodate you all. But we're looking into this. All right. So those clubs who can fly. Those clubs who would like to take the bus and use it as a sightseeing tour, you can do that. But again, this is going to be a very costly trip because it's going to take more to it than we did at Oshkosh.
All right. Who else wants to talk about travel?
Brother Hackney. Now, you can fly in to South Dakota to Rapid City, which is about a 2-hour drive over to Gillette, Wyoming. Now, just remember, if you choose to drive your bus, you will need multiple drivers, and your drivers will need to be put up in the hotel. He or she will not be able to sleep on the bus. You will then need to make arrangement for your kids to sleep somewhere. I don't think you want your kids to be sleeping on a bus for no 2 days and 2 nights. I strongly suggest people that you will go online and just look up Gillette, Wyoming on a map and just see how far it is. And just remember, this was the Wild Wild West days. This is where Custer them had his last battle of that in South Dakota, all that. Just do your research and do it very thoroughly, and you will enjoy your trip out there. But again, if you choose to fly, I repeat, if you choose to fly, they will think about having ambassadors in the airport because it's kind of tricky to navigate yourself through the airport there in Denver. But again, if you choose to fly, give your kids spending money because an Impossible Burger and a soda was like $21 in the airport. So,
all right. Now, if you look at this map, everybody, you see where South Atlantic Conference is: North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Some of y'all don't even know where Wyoming is. Wyoming is way to your left. There's Colorado, there's Nebraska, South Dakota, and this is Wyoming. All right. I don't think anybody watching has ever been there before, but the people who I sent on this trip. Okay. That's a long ways. Do not drive your broke down church bus. Do not drive the Cutlass Supreme or the Winnebago in Mama Grant backyard. Do not do that. You're going to have to plan and budget, and you can't bring the whole kitchen from Berean. You can't bring the whole kitchen from Decatur or Greenville. You're going to have to buy a lot of stuff on site. Somebody asked me, why are we doing this so early? Because it's going to take preparation. It's going to take preparation for us to get so far across the country. And it's very important that you prepare. Dr. Elliott, did you want to say anything on travel?
I'm muted, I think.
You're fine. You're fine. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I wanted to say something. Since we got back, I have been investigating several bus companies, as well as looking at what it would cost to fly, and then also transporting all of our supplies to Wyoming. And for our small club, it's still going to run us roughly $25,000 to make that trip. So we've started saving now. It's going to take us a while, and it takes some dedication to really work this thing out. In the past, what we've done was we've merged with other small clubs to rent a bus. But that's not going to work in this situation because of the length of time it takes to get there. When you're looking at, almost two days traveling, it takes a toll, and you need room to stretch out on the bus and to sleep. So we're looking at some alternate ways of transporting ourselves out there. I suggest that everybody take the time and really investigate thoroughly what is going to work best for your club. That's about it for now.
And coming from my office, from the youth director's office, we're recommending that if you are driving, break up the trip. Okay? Break it up. Stop somewhere halfway. Let everybody rest, particularly your driver. Okay? Particularly your driver, and pick up a second leg to the trip. It's going to take an investment from your club. Now, here's our commitment to you. The South Atlantic Conference leadership construct within Pathfinders and club ministries, we're going to try to find ways to lighten your load, okay? We have not come up with that yet. but we're going to put our heads together and do everything in our power to assist you in your travel. Now, as we continue to wrap up, anyone give any information on this? Don Ray asked the question, is there any lodging on campus that you can purchase?
There is no lodging on campus, but they got hotels. The university that we would be using, they're going to open up their dorms to us. Okay, so again, I would encourage everybody to invest in the Camporee newsletter. That's camporee.org, because the newsletter come out one time a month. All right, so I had sent the link, and I will send a link again that Pastor Watson just put the link up there. If you click on that, all right, and put in your information, they will send you the updated newsletter each month. And it's a lot of incredible information in there. So no one has to lose out in their preparation for this trip.
All right. Now, as we begin to wrap up, we're also going to talk tickets. Let me tell you the process for tickets. As of today, there are 48,000 tickets remaining for the International Pathfinder Camporee. Tickets are live right now. You can purchase your tickets right now. Pastor Washington, how do you do that? Your club director goes to camporee.org, registers your club, and you purchase on behalf of your club. Okay? I need to say this large, so I need to say this, emphasize this, so I'm going to put myself big on the screen. Do not wait to secure your lodging, if you're getting hotels, or your tickets. Once they sell out, I have no magic in my hands to get you tickets. Once they sell out, I have nothing to get you tickets. I don't have extra tickets. I don't have tickets in my back pocket. We didn't buy extra. You have to get your tickets ahead of time. Now, I am going to let you know a benefit that my office is providing. For our coordinators, for our executive staff, and for all volunteers who help us set up, I'm going to buy you tickets, okay? And I'm going to buy you tickets ahead of time. But for everyone else, make sure you go to camporee.org. Make sure you go to camporee.org, and please make sure you register your club and buy your tickets. If you're having problems getting tickets, contact me anytime you want to. You see my email address on the screen, my social media handle. Contact me at any time, and we will make sure you get tickets. I'll guide you through the process. It is very important we do this ahead of time. Now, as Black people, we have a reputation for procrastinating, okay? And what happens, Netherlands and Spain and Brazil and Canada and state conferences buy up all the tickets, and then we're wondering why we don't have it. Trust me, it's not a conspiracy. It's not racism. It's because we waited till the last minute. If you don't hear anything I say tonight, don't wait. What do? Go to camporee.org, register your club, and if you plan on going, buy the tickets. How much are the tickets? The tickets are $225. There are no early bird discounts. There are no military discounts. There are no lifetime Pathfinder discounts. $225. If you're an individual, say, Pastor, I want to go, but I can't afford that, I can work with you. Contact me. We want South Atlantic to represent. We need more than 1,000. This year, I want 2,000 people to go. Okay? I want 2,000 people to go in 2024. And we will do everything in our power to help you and make sure you are taken care of. Camporee.org, register your club, buy your tickets. We are preparing you. We've shown you pictures. We talked to you about travel and lodging. We've shown you the grounds. We've talked to you about what's available there. And at any time, you can go back to YouTube and Facebook and review this and make sure you have all the information to be ready for 2024. South Atlantic is the best of the best. There's nothing like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And it is my job to make sure we're prepared and ready to go. If you're watching this from another conference and you get prepared and everything goes well for you, come on over to the Lion in Gillette, Wyoming, and just shake our hand and say, thank you, South Atlantic, for helping us get prepared for 2024. We are right at 7 o'clock closing up. I am going to ask each of our panelists to give one parting word for all of our clubs and directors and South Atlantic constituents who are watching to get ready for Camporee 2024. Brother Hackney, I'm going to start with you. Then we're going to go to you, Dr. Elliott, and be ready because I know there's a delay. And then we'll close up with our Pathfinder director, Pathfinder coordinator for South Atlantic Conference, Elder William Cameron. Elder Hackney, give one parting word to everybody to prepare for 2024.
I look forward to seeing you there. And Doc Elliott, could you give me a call, please?
Okay. Parting word, Dr. Elliott.
And Doc Elliott, could you give me a call, please?
If you miss this Camporee, you've missed a lot. If you were going to miss one, you should have missed the last one. This one is going to be the one that's unique and special. And it's a lifetime of memory involved in this one. That's my charge to all of you. Be there.
Last but not least, Elder William Cameron, our conference longtime Pathfinder coordinator.
Everyone, I would encourage you all to network, communicate, all right? If you want to go where there's a will, there's a way. 3 things I want to say. We need to get together a SAC drum corps, a SAC drill team, and understand this too. All the Pathfinders that will be coming from South Atlantic Conference, they're having a parade that Sabbath morning, but every individual who will be coming will not get to participate in the parade. So club directors, coordinators, get with the club directors, help them to select individuals from prospective clubs who can participate in the parade at Gillette, Wyoming, downtown Gillette, Wyoming. Also, everybody need to have a Class A uniform who will be participating in the parade, from their shoes all the way up to their beret, all right? So thank you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you in other virtual meetings in reference to Gillette, Wyoming. Thank you.
Well, once again, we've come to the end of our informative session. Tonight, we have talked all things Pathfinder Camporee 2024 in Gillette, Wyoming. I'm be honest with you. I hope this event doesn't happen because I hope Jesus comes back. I hope Jesus comes back before then. I don't know about you. I'm ready to go home. But if Jesus doesn't come back, we're going to be prepared for this event. And we are going to be there representing for the South Atlantic Conference. We have a lot of work to do, not just for this Camporee, but we got to put youth ministries back together after this pandemic. As your youth director, I want to encourage you that in 2022, we're going to be putting some exciting things back. We're looking forward to a vibrant Tri-State Youth and Young Adult Federation. We're looking forward to Bible Bowl being revitalized like never before and strong participation in PBE. We're looking forward to a new, fresh batch of AY leaders, Pathfinder, adventurer directors, and master guides who will be joining our ranks to push forward youth ministry. Won't it be something if we can have an in-person camp meeting, once again, right on the grounds of Orangeburg, South Carolina. And it's about that time, if everything works out right, for us to plan a South Atlantic Camporee and look forward to the Union Camporee. These things are possible if we work together. If I can do anything for you to help you get your youth ministry back on track or prepare for this Camporee, shoot me an email, reach out to me on social media, And I think I can do everything in my power to help you. And we have great people working with me that'll help you as well. I pray for your families. I pray for your young people. I want to encourage all of y'all to hold on. It won't be long. Jesus will be here soon again. And never, ever forget, if God be for us, who can be against us? On behalf of Dr. Lawrence Elliott, the great elder Wayman Hackney, who is one of the pillars of the great Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church, my beloved uncle, Elder William Cameron, down in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, I am Dr. Donovan Washington, wishing you all a good night. We love you, South Atlantic, and we look forward to seeing you in 2024 at the International Pathfinder Camporee, Gillette, Wyoming. God bless you all. Good night.
Good night.